Good evening, Internet land, and the best show on YouTube is back. Although, some might disagree because my subscribers are currently 2. So, at least there's 2 people that would agree. Anyways, I just want to let you know I do more than just transition videos. So, this is a branch out into what I also do. I'm a huge fan of the WWE. So, this video is showing both my creative ability and my knowledge of WWE Universe facts. So in this video, I will be telling you how I personally would book a CM Punk return. Now, before you say, well, CM Punk will never return, he quit, he disrespected the McMahon family, let me remind you of a couple of things. One, Stephanie McMahon said, never say never. The McMahon family has notedly brung back so many other people that they have previously blackballed. For example, Ultimate Warrior came back after his whole scandal. Hulk Hogan came back after his whole scandal, which he probably won't come back again, but anyways. But there's been people that have came back from being the man that WWE will not bring back. So let's not count CM Punk out. Yes, there are some things that might keep a CM Punk return out of the picture. He has a UFC contract. He writes comic books for Marvel now. Those are 2 things that are some things that might be keeping him out of the picture for a little bit. With UFC not looking like a good idea at the moment, I think CM Punk's better option would be to stick with Marvel and write some comic books for them and then still do WWE. Because you can do both. There's nothing with WWE that says you have to do it the entire time. Now, CM Punk did say in interviews that he was tired of it. He didn't have any passion for it. But there have been other superstars that have said the same thing and have came back anyways. Sometimes it's just you need a break. I think the part where he messed up last time was not taking that break. So let me tell you how I would book a CM Punk return. Okay. It's WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is nowhere to be seen in the arena. What we do see, and what the camera pans to the entire night, is CM Punk sitting in one of the chairs wearing a Seth Rollins shirt. What we don't know is that Seth Rollins, because he knew he couldn't attend WrestleMania, asked CM Punk privately, hey, could you please attend WrestleMania for me? Even if you don't say anything, I want Triple H to be reminded there are people in this world, this industry, that are not afraid of the authority, that do not worship the brass ring, and do not fear your power, Triple H. With that being said, as the night progresses, CM Punk starts to remember all the things he's did in the WWE, all the people he's defeated, the titles he's had, and he sees the current state of the business, and he sees how Triple H is using certain members of the roster to his advantage to get things he wants, namely Samoa Joe. So CM Punk at the end of WrestleMania makes his way to the ring. Now his music doesn't sound, possibly because if I was a writer, I would want to make it look like something that was spontaneous. Like he bought his ticket and then made his way to the ring and made himself past security, or the security was in on it with him to make sure he was heard. Now CM Punk gets to the ring and he starts saying, Triple H, company, I know for the longest time since I left that you have seen people as a piece of meat, as something to be used. Triple H, I know you have said things like this in the past. But there is at least one person in this damn arena that is not impressed by your show of strength or your ego. And that's me. Now, when I was with you, I didn't call myself the best in the world for some stupid gimmick. I didn't say that I was the best in the world because I wanted to give myself a name I didn't deserve. I call myself the best in the world because through everything, through all the shit this industry has put me through, I have proven it time and time again that I could rise to the ranks of a superstar, that I could rise to the ranks of a legend without asking for help. I made it to the WWE on my own without any help. Now, Paul Heyman did have some sort of hand in it, and I gotta give him a hand for getting me there. But when I needed him most, he didn't fight for me. So I'm no longer a Heyman guy. I'm not a McMahon guy. I'm a Punk guy. And to this extent, I am a Rollins guy because I understand what Seth Rollins is going through. He's a small guy in an industry, in a company that notably does not like small guys. So I have his back. He told me just to be here today, that all I had to do was show up just to irritate the fuck out of you. But I thought I'd take it a step further. This time, I drew something from Rollins' playbook. Remember the Shield? How they would come to the ring and call people out. Well, now I'm calling you out, Triple H. You have not fought anybody that has the balls to tell you to your face that they are going to defy you every step of the way, aside from Rollins. Everybody that you use eventually gets thrown away. The same way you'll throw away Samoa Joe. The same way you threw away Randy Orton. The same way you threw away Chris Jericho. The same way you throw away anybody that is your project at the moment. But I'm not a project. And this time when I come back, I don't have to fear you. Because you know who's giving me a contract? Shane McMahon. That's right, your brother-in-law. He was gone for a long time because he had disagreements with the company. He talked to me in private. He's back. So, he gave me a contract. I'm on his show. But let me tell you this. If I ever catch you disrespecting a superstar or trying to bury somebody, I promise you, I will be there. I will be at their back. I will be in that ring, fighting with them against you. From that point on, I would have a feud start. Triple H and Shane McMahon. I would make that feud last all the way into SummerSlam, as you have Triple H and his team versus Shane McMahon and his team. On Team Shane McMahon, you have CM Punk, Sami Zayn, you have Goldberg, you have Chris Jericho. On Team Shane McMahon, you have Kevin Owens, you have Samoa Joe, you have The Club, and you have Brock Lesnar. That feud eventually leads until Team Shane winning, because CM Punk puts a go-to sleep on Brock Lesnar, who at that time would be in the ring. At that point in time, Paul Heyman would walk into the ring to escort his guy out, to escort his client to the locker rooms, which is when I would have CM Punk say something along the lines of, Paul Heyman, because you didn't fight for me when I needed you the most, because you let these things go on that led to me leaving. You're just as much an enemy as Triple H. So anytime you come to somebody and talk to them about being a Paul Heyman guy, I will let them know exactly where that's going to get them. And that's how I book it. Again, this is Serena Marvel. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night.